Hi, I'm Jordan from Lord of the Bricks robotics team, and I'm here with Ashe, who is one of our alumni. And today we're going to be doing an interview. So, Ashe, if you could just give a little intro about yourself, about how long were you on the team, what was your role?
Yeah, so my name is Ashe Kennedy. I use they, them pronouns, and I've been on Lord of the Bricks for about 2.5 years now. Currently, I'm going to college at Randolph-Macon. I'm majoring in English and minoring in communications. So it just kind of gives you like a good showcase that like even though robotics is super helpful for engineering, there's a lot of pathways that you can take through robotics, and I learned that through this team.
Oh, that's great. So, if you could just give us a couple of highlights you had from your time being on Lord of the Bricks.
Oh, for sure. So let's go back all the way to the beginning to my very first time on Lord of the Bricks. I went with the team to States, and it was super fun. I was on the drive team. I wasn't driving. I was doing like coaching on the drive team, but like it just kind of, I got my first sense of like what FIRST robotics was and what FIRST robotics was on Lord of the Bricks, and it really inspired me and it engaged me and it got me super excited for later competing that following season, which was Power Play. And then to like share memory from that year, we were at the Glen Allen regional, and we had an awesome tournament. We did super well. I got to drive, and we were in the finals and ended up winning that tournament. So that was super exciting. But beyond just like tournament successes, it's like the little things on the team. Just like getting pizza on a late night after a practice, or like getting together like the wee hours of the night, like days before competition, to like get that extra driving practice in. It's like you have these big moments and these small memories, and they kind of build together to make this whole rounded experience.
Oh, that's great. What would you say is the most valuable thing that you learned from being on the team?
I would say communication. I think that it's easy to like pick up like these engineering skills or these programming skills, but for me it was learning how to communicate between different teams. You got to connect your build team to your programming team to your drive team, figure out what they want to do, and then put it all together into like a portfolio or like a notebook. And so I think for me, I got to utilize skills of like working with other people and translating that into like a greater common good and like a final project. And so that was one of the biggest things for me, because it's easy to see the translatable skills for engineering, because that is what robotics is, but there's so much more to it than that.
Oh, great. I heard you say communication was your biggest
Yes.
skill you said you would take from it. I guess you have to use that in your life now, or like daily life.
Absolutely. I'm in communications courses right now, and a lot of the stuff that we're learning, like the theories and like the real like academic things, I kind of can like bring it to like my real world experience with robotics and be like, oh, I remember using these skills and now I have a name for them, and I understand why they happen and what effects they can have. And so they kind of build off each other and work towards like a better understanding of communication skills.
Oh, great. Let's see. How do you use robotics now, if you use it at all?
Well, to speak to that, at college at Randolph-Macon, we have a robotics team, and so I'm working with that robotics team. We're working towards our first year of competition. We just got started, and so I'm using those communication skills, but also I'm using those practical building skills. We're working on a chassis right now. We're gonna have to build 2 robots, and so I'm putting those practical skills into use, and also some of the fundraising stuff I learned from Lord of the Bricks I'm using to try to gain money from donors and other investors that are involved with the college. And so it's kind of translates super easily, and I'm using those skills that I gained through Lord of the Bricks.
That's great. I love how you're being able to use the skills that you learned from Lord of the Bricks in your life now.
Yeah.
Let's see. How would you say, or let's see. What do you do now?
Well, a lot of my days are filled with classes and studying, working on projects for classes, and then when I'm not doing that, I'm working with the robotics team. But aside from that, I've gained new friends and new relationships, and just kind of living the college life, having a great time. But super excited to come back and check in on my Lord of the Bricks team and see what's new, what's going on, where we're going. And so it's really exciting to just get back and connect with my roots.
No, it's great to have you back here, and thank you so much for doing this interview.
Of course. Thank you. Go Bricks.